Freelancing begins quietly, not with applause, not with instant success, but with a decision, one that most people never see, a decision to try. At first, it doesn't feel like freedom. It feels like uncertainty. You're learning how to balance ambition with doubt, confidence with fear. You wonder if you're good enough, if your work is worth paying for, if choosing this path was a mistake. And that doubt doesn't disappear overnight. But freelancing isn't about being fearless. It's about moving forward despite the fear. Every freelancer remembers their first client, the nervous energy, the careful emails, the fear of getting it wrong. You over-deliver because you don't yet know your value. You say yes too often. You stay quiet when you should speak up. And that's okay, because freelancing is a process of growth, not just in skill, but in identity. Over time, you begin to realize something important. Your work isn't just work. It's a reflection of how you think, how you solve problems, and how you show up. You stop chasing every opportunity. You start choosing the right ones. And slowly, your standards rise. But so do the challenges. There are slow months, emails that go unanswered, projects that fall through at the last minute, moments when you question everything. In those moments, freelancing teaches you discipline. There's no manager to push you, no structure unless you create it, no safety net unless you build one. You learn that motivation is unreliable, but habits are not. So you show up anyway. You refine your craft. You send the pitch. You improve the process. Not because someone is watching, but because your future depends on it. Freelancing also changes how you measure success. It's no longer just about money. It's about sustainability, balance, control. It's about having a voice in how you work and who you work with. You begin to understand that saying no is just as important as saying yes, that rest is not weakness, that burnout is not a badge of honor. And somewhere along the way, confidence replaces desperation. You start pricing your work based on value, not fear. You communicate clearly. You set boundaries and keep them. Clients notice, not because you're perfect, but because you're professional. Freelancing humbles you. It shows you how much there is still to learn, how quickly industries change, how important adaptability really is. You realize that growth never stops, and neither should curiosity. The most successful freelancers aren't the most talented, they're the most consistent. They understand that progress is built quietly, day by day, project by project. And eventually something shifts. You look back and realize you're no longer trying to make it. You're already doing it. Not because everything is easy, but because you've learned how to handle what's hard. Freelancing becomes less about survival and more about intention. You're no longer reacting, you're building. And in that space, something powerful happens. You start believing in yourself, not because someone told you to, but because you've earned it. Freelancing doesn't promise comfort. It promises growth. It doesn't guarantee success. It offers possibility. And for those willing to stay patient, disciplined, and honest with themselves, freelancing becomes more than a career. It becomes proof. Proof that you can trust your skills, that you can adapt, that you can create your own path. And in a world that often tells you who to be and where to go, that kind of freedom is everything.